This is a Mets Willits Point bound 7 local train. The next and last stop is Mets Willits Point.
Closing doors, please.
Mets fans, what is going on? It is your boy and host, as always, Chente Camacho Jr. I know the wait has been a little while, but I've been having my own little things that I've been having to take care of on the personal side. Most importantly, on the baseball side, I still play baseball. That's why I be so passionate with it. That's why I speak the way that I speak when I say that baseball is not easy to play. But that's the deal. I've been playing my own game, and we just recently got eliminated from playoff contention. We got eliminated in the semifinal round. Actually, the quarterfinal round. Sorry, we lost in the right to play in the semifinal, and finishing in fourth place. And it was a successful season given the fact that we started 0-5. And shout out to the Triad Tigers, all my boys out there that I play with: Shane, Luis, Damon, Curtis, Brad, those guys, Kyle, a good bunch, Oscar, OJ. We had a good bunch of guys out there. John. It was a really good team. It was a really, really, really good team. And at the end there, we fell short because my boys, work takes over the time, playing baseball. So we had to play with a straight nine. We had a straight nine, and the other team had reserves and everything. We didn't really have our bench to play with. Relief pitcher, our real catcher wasn't there. So he played with a makeshift line. Anyway, that's not to make excuses. We came in fourth place. And the whatever little issues I was handling, everything is good, all good and dandy now. We looking good. So now on to Mets baseball. Why I do this? I'm back doing this. A couple people asked me when I'm coming back, and here I am, y'all. I'm back. I appreciate all the support, all the love, y'all. It's something that I do from the heart because I love the Mets like y'all love the Mets. This is a lovable bunch of guys. This is a franchise that has left this fan base wanting so much more for so many years, and we have that in common. We might not all agree. It's all good, but let's just jump into what's been going on these last 10 days, these last couple weeks, man. The Mets have had opportunity after opportunity to get in there and make something of this and make this a more closer race than what it should be right now. The Mets had a chance in 8 games against the Washington Nationals and Florida Marlins. I still call them, the Miami Marlins. And instead of going like 7-1, 6-2, the Mets went 4-4. A complete disappointment, especially down in Miami. Those games they lost in Miami, they were absolute terrible games, reminiscent of 2008 and 2007. These guys really gave up these games, and it's like they're handing these games away. And it's just one statistic that's been killing us all season long, and that's the lack of hitting with runners in scoring position. We've been saying this all season long, and I recently told a fellow follower on Twitter that the Mets, if they had at least a 280 average, .280, that's it, with runners in scoring position, they'd be at least 10 games in first place and leading the division and up in the standings and the power rankings and whatever have you, whatever ESPN does with their silly numbers and whatever they crunch the numbers. But yeah, it's what it is. It's plain. It's right there in front of your faces. The games that they've had success in, that they've put up big numbers, they've bucked the trend that they've been doing. They've hit with runners in scoring position. But those games haven't come often enough. And, hopefully this series that they just had this weekend against the Yankees, it does something to them, especially with last night's game and the antics between Francisco. Please, folks, before I jump into this topic, let me just jump into this, sidetrack into this. Please, let's not call Francisco Lindor Frankie. Don't do that. It's disrespectful. He does not like it. Okay, refrain from calling him Frankie. Call him Francisco, please. Yeah. So with the antics and the things that took place last night between Giancarlo Stanton and Francisco Lindor and Javier Baez, subsequently, who jumped in, that's his man. They're gonna ride together. They boys, they're teammates who you must extend. You must extend Javi El Mago Baez. He needs to stay here. He brings energy. He brings good baseball IQ. When you take risks, of course, sometimes you suffer consequences from your risks, but the rewards are great from them. And in the little time we've seen Javier El Mago Baez here, he's done fantastic things, y'all. And that's just a glimpse. That's just a small piece of what he can do over an entire season. Yeah, he's aggressive at the plate. He swings at a lot of bad pitches, but at the same time, standing in that batter's box, you don't understand what he sees, what's coming at him. Sometimes he's looking fastball and he cheats. It's okay. Yo, that ball, the reaction time that hitters have at that batter's box is less than a second to react. 60 feet, 6 inches, a ball that's traveling 98 miles an hour, you have less than half a second to react to it. So if y'all want to get into those numbers, let's look into those numbers. Let's look into sports science instead of analytical garbage. Okay, let's look into those small factors. A lot of people don't do that. Okay, Javier Baez is an incredible piece to have on this team. Yes, Chris Bryant is great. Mr. Cohen, Uncle Steve, you got deep pockets. People want Chris Bryant as well. Go out there and let if you want to make a splash and you want to show, go out there and get Chris Bryant for the people that still don't believe that Javier Baez is a piece. But I'm sticking with what we have here right now. These guys are bringing out the best in each other. And I knew this was going to happen. After the thumbs down situation, when they spoke their minds and let their feelings be felt, and then the New York media turned around and turned the city basically against them, their own fan base against them, they brought out the best in these guys. And what you don't understand is that these players today, the accessibility, social media, and just media presence in general, the options that fans have now to get in contact with players or to keep up with their teams, it's at a higher level than when I was a kid growing up. And, all we had was Sports Center, MSG, and we relied on newspapers. This internet stuff has taken things way too far. And we just need a little positive energy. And to boo the players, like I said in videos past, since home game number 2 is what set this whole thing off, what triggered this. So, Javi Baez came in, he probably asked one of his good friends, yo, Francisco, how is it here? Francisco's like, yo, the fans are passionate, but some of them are overboard, and the overboard fans are the ones who, this was for. And was it a bad move PR-wise? Yes, because as fans, we pay, a lot of money, a lot of our hard-earned money to see these guys play, right? But that doesn't give us the right to go out and berate and belittle them. I'm not telling you guys, that you can't boo. You pay your money, you do whatever you want. But it was game number 2 at home, y'all, of the opening homestand, and it just blew my mind. The looks on their faces, on the entire, it was just like, yo, we just got here. Do you know what we've had to do to start the season to get here to where we are right now? To receive this, is discussed on both sides. And I'm siding with the players on this one, y'all. I'm sorry. It's unpopular with many, but I side with the players. I'm not rolling with the fans on this one because y'all are wrong. Y'all have been wrong this entire season. This is just year 1 under Steve Cohen, and you guys expected a World Series contender. Yes, it's possible. It's highly, highly possible that multiple players can have down years on one team. And a lot of people do not see that. It is possible. Dom Smith, down year. McNeil, down year. They're having down years, and that's okay. I'm so happy for Jonathan VR. Could you imagine if the Mets don't sign Jonathan VR to that contract? The Mets take away a few games. VR has been money for the Mets this season. Brandon Nimmo, a guy that took flack throughout the offseason. Arguably, when he's on the field, our best player. This team has pieces that we need to build upon. And that one stat, oh my goodness, if they could hit at least 280 the rest of the year, the rest of the season, at least let's focus on that. If they can hit 280 with runners in scoring position, here on out, they can make this season ending a pretty interesting one, folks. I mean, I stay tuned to Twitter a lot. My wife gives me a lot of heat over it. But Mets Twitter is great. There's a lot of opinionated people that have really good things to say. And then there are some people that are outlandish. And those are the people that was for. You know what I'm saying? And I see that. There are people that still to this day, they curse at players. It's been a little bit more civil towards players' families. But I really don't follow player families. Only a couple of players' families that I follow. I really try not to do that much. But, the fan base can be toxic. It's not just the Mets fans. It's all fan bases. They have this. We all go through this. All fan bases go through this. But, I feel it a little more because of the distance that I have away from the city right now. I'm not able to go to as many Mets games. I've only been to 2 Mets games this year. Usually I go, not say a ton more, but I go to more Mets games than that. So that's probably why I've been following it a lot more. But this team has been, for this being such a to say a subpar season, I don't want to say subpar, for a little bit of a disappointment considering their place in the standings, given where they were just about a month and a half, 2 months ago. That's the disappointment. But it can be fixed with that one statistic. And with that being said, we just need some positive energy, man. A lot too much vitriol. A lot of people are, we understand some people's personal lives may be going through certain things, and that might contribute to the fact that might spill over into sports and the vitriol from the political climate in this country as well. That could contribute to these things as well. It's really hard out there. We living through these times with COVID and everything like that. We need positive energy, man, and a lot of people don't have a lot of positive to go off. So I'm guessing they look for sports for that. And unfortunately, the Mets, humans play baseball. So a few guys having down years, and Francisco Lindor coming in and not living up to the expectations of his contract, for the exception of this past weekend, like the energy he's had, and these last couple weeks, actually, he's been playing very good baseball. And the fan base is recognizing, has been starting to appreciate him, and Javier Baez a little bit more. I say that Mets fans continue to be patient, and they really haven't been, which is okay. I can see why. We all get frustrated. Our manager situation needs to change. I'm not down with the Rojas movement at all. I try to give the gentleman a chance, and he's shown me well over a 162 game period that he really cannot manage in the big league level. I mean, can he handle major league players and things like that? Yes, I think he can, but he's more suited at a coaching level, things like, or maybe somewhere else, player development, what he was doing before, helping the guys come up and get ready for the major leagues. But like a major league manager at this juncture right now, I don't think he's ready to be a major league manager. Will he? Only time will tell. These guys are, remember Gabe Kapler? Gabe Kapler had a little issue at Philly, and they let him go. And when he moved, look at him now with the Giants. They're killing out there. So this is something different. And as Mets fans, we have to be patient. This is just year one. As I said before, getting close to year one. It's not even year one because November 6th, Steve Cohen really closed and finalized the deal to get the New York Mets. So we haven't even made year one of this guy. This is just season one. So I'm excited as to see what the future holds and what he's going to do this offseason. And until then, y'all, try to be as patient as possible. It's always Let's Go Mets. It's Mets against everybody. Shout outs to everybody on Mets Twitter. I thank you guys for tuning in. As always, this is your boy Chente Camacho signing off. The 7 trains that way. Actually, I got to take like a bus to the train, to the plane, to the other train. But y'all know what I mean. Yo, I'll catch y'all on the rebound. It's your boy Chente Camacho. Have a wonderful week. And as always, let's go Mets. Peace.
This is a Mets Willets Point bound 7 local train. The next and last stop is Mets Willets Point.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.